Call Halayim Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Rakakadash Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahushua Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahushua Barakatah Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who preach the 100% truth in charity and sincerity. Shalom, man. And this is just a quick video. I was looking at some videos from the elders, and it's amazing, man. I realized, man, we know nothing. We know nothing. For us brothers who are new to this truth, we know nothing, man. We shouldn't be coming up against the man who've been putting, their bodies out as a living sacrifice and been, dedicating time and blood, sweat, and tears into this thing. And I'll be seeing on the comment boards of, brothers who have no works, brothers who are just coming in, trying to buck up against the elders, Elder Tahar, Elder Ramla, Elder Gabar, and other man, it, man, that's wrong, man. We wrong. We know nothing. And a clear example of that is, for the longest, I was under the impression that the Babylonian Empire under Nebuchadnezzar were Hamites, but I was wrong, man. I was wrong. The Babylonian Empire under Nebuchadnezzar were Assyrians, man. They were Assyrians, man. So they were from the line of Shem. This is Genesis chapter 11, isn't it? No, chapter 10. This is Genesis chapter 10, verse 21. Unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth the elder, even to him were children born. The children of Shem, Elam and Ashur. So Ashur is the son of Shem, man. And Ashur is the Assyrians, right? The Assyrians, man. Now, people assume that, Nebuchadnezzar was a Hamite because he ruled in Babel, right? Because Babylon was connected to Nimrod, which was from Nimrod was from Cush. But that's not true. Look. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 10, verse 8. And Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. And in the beginning of his kingdom was Babel. So he was originally the man ruling in Babylon, a Cushite. And Erech and Akkad and Calneh in the land of Shinar. Out of that land went forth Ashur being a son of Shem, and builded Nineveh, and the city Rabath and Canaan. So, the place of Babylon was originally ruled by a Cushite named Nimrod, and Nineveh was ruled by Assyrian, Ashur, son of Shem. Now let's get how, let's get Nebuchadnezzar's lineage, man. Let's get his lineage, and let's get the history of the Neo-Babylonian Empire. Nebuchadnezzar was the eldest son of Nebuchadnezzar, the founder of the Neo-Babylonian Empire. Subsequent historians have variously identified Nebuchadnezzar as a Chaldean, an Assyrian, or a Babylonian. And let's get his history, man. Let's get his history. Nebuchadnezzar was the founder and the first king of Neo-Babylonian Empire, ruling from his coronation as king of Babylon in 626 BC to his death in 605 BC. Though initially only aimed at restoring and securing the independence of Babylonia, Nabopolassar, Nabopolassar's uprising against the Neo-Assyrian Empire, which had ruled Babylonia for more than a century, eventually led to the complete destruction of the Assyrian Empire and the rise of the Neo-Babylonian Empire in its place. So Nabopolassar, he was a part of the Assyrian Empire. He was a let me get up. I think he was a general. Nabopolassar, he was a part of the Assyrian Empire. I think he was in there. He was either politically involved or he was in the army, but he revolted, man. He revolted and he allied with the Medes. In history. See, Nabopolassar revolted against the Neo-Assyrian king Shakarnakan at an opportune moment when Babylonia was already plagued by political instability. So, it was a uproar of the people. Nabopolassar, Nebuchadnezzar's father, was originally a part of the Assyrian kingdom, but he revolted. Though the advantage shifted back and forth dramatically several times, Nabopolassar managed to decisively push the Assyrians out of Babylonia after nearly 10 years of fighting. Subsequent campaigns were intended to hinder the possibility of an Assyrian campaign directed at Babylonia through securing the border, but the intervention of the Eastern Median Empire under Khosroes in Napoleon's favor shifted their goals and possibilities of the war. In 614 BC, the Medes brutally sacked the city of Ashur, sons of Shem, right? Assyrians, the religious and ceremonial heart of Assyria. And in 1612 BC, the Medes and Babylonians assaulted Nineveh, and that's where Ashur was, Nineveh, Assyria's capital. The capital of Assyria was originally Nineveh, but they ruled Babylonia as well. They had all those surroundings under their control, but the capital was Assyria. But when Nabopolassar, he revolted, which he was originally a part of the Assyrian Empire, he revolted and he moved the capital to Babylon. You know, Babylonians assaulted Nineveh, Assyria's capital. As with Ashur before it, Nineveh was brutally sacked, with its inhabitants, including children, slaughtered and massacred, and the entire city being burnt to the ground. Shushanar, the king of Assyria at that time, probably died in its defense. Other Assyrian cities such as Nimrod, were also assaulted and sacked much in the same way. The brutality of the Medes, including their habit of sacking even the religious temples, was so excessive that it shocked the Babylonians. Contemporary Babylonian chronicles, otherwise hostile to the Assyrians, lamented the sackings with sorrow and remorse. Nebuchadnezzar's own attitude towards the Assyrians is unclear. In some descriptions, he is careful to ascribe his victory in its aftermath to divine intervention to rid himself of the blame, and in others, he openly boasts of the destruction. You know, and it's because they felt they were conflicted because Nebuchadnezzar's father, was a Assyrian. He was originally a Assyrian, man. You know, Babel originally started with a Cushite Nimrod, but over time you see the Assyrians had took that place over. You know, and they were ruling. They ruled Babylonia, Nineveh, Ashur, all around that region. The sons of Shem, the Assyrians, they ruled that region, and then one of the men in their empire, Nebuchadnezzar, he revolted, and he took it over, and he created, and he moved the capital from Nineveh to Babylon, and he made a new empire called the Neo-Babylonian Empire, and then his son succeeded him, Nebuchadnezzar. They were Assyrians, man, and this is just to prove we know nothing, man. Us younger brothers, we know nothing, man. We know nothing, man. So stop coming against the elders and apostles. I was reproved on this just today, man. And I'm not gonna buck up at all. I see where I fucked up. I see where I lacked understanding. But the Lord will show it to you. He will show it to you. It's up to you to receive it. And that was cool, man. That's cool, man. All this time I was thinking, Nebuchadnezzar them was Hamites, but actually they Assyrians, man. And you motherfucking Syrians gonna get y'all judgment for what y'all did to us, man. The Israelites, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Judgment is upon all these heathen, man. But it's just cool, that the Lord showed me that. Showing me history. And then I want to say shalom, shalom, man.